Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Dearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. I am feeling both despair and not despair because I have been having so much insomnia where I've been lucky if I've been getting 2 hours of sleep in a night. It has been bad because I have stopped taking stimulants. I mean, I stopped taking Ritalin like well over a year ago now, but I've been taking caffeine tablets, 200 milligram caffeine tablets instead. A lot of people with ADHD self-medicate with caffeine because it works. But my blood pressure has been so high, I've had to stop taking caffeine, and I'm on a blood pressure medication for blood pressure and another blood pressure medication for the off-label use of attention deficit hyperactive disorder symptoms. So, to bring my blood pressure down, I have stopped taking caffeine before I go to bed. And I have not been able to sleep. It has been horrible and getting worse. As stated the last time, it was 2.5 hours of sleep, and that was it. So last night, out of desperation, I took, at 11 o'clock, a 200 milligram caffeine capsule again. By midnight, I could not keep my eyes open. So I went to bed. I slept all the way through until 6 o'clock. Now, when I don't take stimulants and I come awake and I just lay in bed, sort of just resting, I can only stay in bed so long because I go from a, half doze, eyes open, eyes shut, I'm not awake, I'm not asleep, ramp up in about an hour, I gotta get up because I'm wide awake. From 6 o'clock until after 9 o'clock this morning, I was in a resting half daze, just not asleep, but not awake, but not waking up. I haven't slept this well in a long time because I took 200 milligrams of caffeine before going to bed. And again, the issue is that raises your blood pressure. But I can't not sleep. Not sleeping is bad for you. That raises your blood pressure too. So I gotta talk to my doctor. There's gotta be something that I can do. And of course, talking with my sister, where it's just the inability to think and all that is just no fun. Because back when I was taking Ritalin, I was able to think. I had several tracks that my thoughts could run on. I had pause tracks. I could put something on pause and come back to it well over an hour later and then be able to pick up that thought and run with it because it had just been put on pause. All the work that I put in on my cosmic horrors, on my multiverse setting, on the inside-outside razor's edge, I haven't been able to think on that. Since stopping taking caffeine, I haven't been able to think on that. Just like my memory of what it was like to be able to think when I was on Ritalin, where I was in the Golden City, and then I had to move into a tin shack, but I could see the Golden City up there and go, gosh, I at least remember what it was like to live there. But then living in the tin shack was almost killing me, so I've had to move down into a landfill where I can see the tin shack, but the Golden City is just a memory, and that's fading fast. So, when they tell you ADHD symptoms get lesser as you get older, that may be true for a lot of people. But anecdotally, from the people that I've seen online, they are like me. It gets worse. I am so bad now that without any stimulant at all, just no caffeine, no medications, nothing but just me, I can't even read a manual for one of my board games. I can't read my solo RPG manuals. I can get one paragraph in, and not remember what's going on in that paragraph and have to put the rest of it down because I can't concentrate enough to read it. Which again is torture for me because I, when younger, had a book for every room in the house that I wandered around in. All the way up till about age 30. And since then, it's just been harder and harder to read until now, without medication, I can't read. I mean, I can read, but I can't pay attention enough to what's in the words to be able to actually get into it so I can continue reading. Which again, makes solo RPG stuff next to impossible, which makes my board game stuff next to impossible. I just can't focus on it enough. But if I take a stimulant like caffeine so I can focus, my blood pressure is going to go up. And when your blood pressure goes up, the damage it does, again, I've talked about this, there is the major aorta, your superior aorta that comes out of your heart. The big one, the major one. It feeds 3 major organs and then feeds the rest of the body. The heart feeds itself. The very first loop back out of that major aorta goes back to feed the heart itself. And then the second one, it sends blood to the lungs. And then the third one, it sends blood to the brain. And when you have high blood pressures through caffeine, which is the thing I was watching a video about, talking from a person who is an actual medical doctor, caffeine, because it raises your blood pressure, causes direct damage to that aorta, which of course, when you get older, means, well, that thing can pop, it can break, it can do all sorts of bad stuff. So I can either think and have the risk of dying earlier, or I can go and not think and live a little bit longer. Yay! So from yesterday to today, I haven't done anything. I haven't been able to concentrate. My insomnia has made everything else so bad that last night, after making my videos, I got nothing. I went for walkies earlier yesterday before noon. I went walkies at night. I don't think of anything anymore. I used to be able to think when I walked. Now I just got static and music like the map tune from Postal 2 that runs through my head. I want to think, but I got the map tune that keeps running. I want to think, but I got static. I want to remember all of my cosmic horror stuff, but all I got is do 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 do, and all that stuff that I used to think of is fading away because I can't remember it. Is everything else horrible? No, of course not. I slept. I feel better. That's a good thing. Sleeping is good. So I'm feeling depressed and awful right now because my mind has been in the dumps because of my insomnia. When you start to feel better, it takes a while for you to actually have your mental parts catch up. I gotta take caffeine at night so I can sleep. This has been proven to me. So I should have at least some of the mental stuff start coming back up just because I'm sleeping, and that'll be good. The rest of it, I don't know. Thumbs up. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm still thinking about things. I still do think about my characters. I think about the situation. In fact, last night I was thinking about, once again, the just major rumination on cosmic horror, because I can't remember what particular thing I'd been thinking of on this. Oh wait, yes, it was somebody did. Wendy Goon did a whole 2-hour presentation on Uzumaki by Junji Ito, which I have read. Excellent, excellent story, and you should read it. Very disturbing. He bugged me while he was talking about it because he kept talking about a curse that would jump from people to people. And if you've read the story Uzumaki, you know that calling it a curse is kind of not really true. But then at the end, they talked about how people really are irate at the ending. But you can't, that's the only way it could have ended. You can't be irate. It's a cosmic horror / existential horror story. And I love that sort of thing. And of course, remembering that cosmic / existential horror can be boiled down to a being, an object, a location, or a situation that is simply existing in a way that we cannot understand. Doing something in a fashion we cannot comprehend, in a way, but not in a way, with little or no regard for human health, safety, or lives. Cosmic horror hits that one. Existential horror also ticks all those boxes. But while a cosmic horror shows us our insignificance by, like we're incidental. Like we are cosmic horrors to anthills. We don't even pay attention to them. We just tear the stuff up if we're going to do foundational stuff, and then it's gone and destroyed. We didn't care about them personally. It was just we're doing something. Cosmic horrors destroyed them. Cosmic horrors, same thing down our way. They don't really look at us as anything more than maybe a moment's entertainment, but that's it. Existential horrors also fit that. But again, I've talked about this and I still think it really fits. Is existential horror is a being, an object, a location, or a situation existing in a way that we can't understand, doing something in a fashion we cannot comprehend, with little or no regard for human health, safety, or lives, except it has the wherewithal and the desire to fuck with you personally. Now, you personally can be the entire human race, or a hemisphere, or a continent, or a nation, or a state / district or province, or a city, or a neighborhood, or a building, or a family, or a person. Color out of space, existential horror. It destroyed a family and then left. Now, in the context of the stories, there's more to it as well, just because, hey, no one gets out of these things alive. But the main crux of it is, it came in, fucked with a family, and then went noped out. So, existential horrors are the same as cosmic. It's just that they're gonna fuck with you personally. So thumbs up on that. There's this one story that's called like Contagion, or whatever the word is when you're inside of a building and you can't get out. I cannot remember. It starts with a C, I'm sure. But these people were all inside of a building and they were trapped inside. They wanted help and people were getting sick, and it was a rapidly... If you got bit, it wasn't a zombie thing, but if you got bit, it was like rabies stuff. Then you would get sick and insane. And everyone in this building was like that, so the outside world closed it off. And the people on the inside were having to deal with this. And apparently, the beginning and cause of it was brought into the building and then unleashed there. But once it happened, everyone inside was screwed. This was an existential horror that was screwing with them personally. None of them made it out of this one alive. So an existential horror is the same as cosmic, just a little bit more interested in humanity for entertainment purposes than a true cosmic horror. I mean, Cthulhu, who within the Lovecraftian mythos is lying asleep slash dead, you know, it's not a being that we would know, in a sunken city on our Earth. And when the stars are right, Cthulhu will rise up, and they take a really particular joy in just rampaging on worlds with life on them. I mean, Cthulhu enjoys bringing all of their brethren to a planet and just rampaging until there's no one left. But they don't do it for any other reason than, hey, it's fun. We are nothing more than just a moment's entertainment. Yay! So I love cosmic horror, and in my one solo RPG thing that I've been talking about, which sort of puts a lie to the I can't think part, doesn't it? But I can only think in very brief, well, in fact, it's usually after I've had a cup of highly caffeinated tea. So guess what? I'm still drinking 50 milligram caffeine cups of tea. It's just that I'll only drink one of those every couple hours as opposed to, bam, 200 milligrams of caffeine, which actually does something. But I have got that thing, and the thing that chased the dwarves up there out of the depths of the earth is an existential horror, because it is screwing with everyone on the planet personally. And at the same time, the dwarves are kind of existential horrors themselves, or they were, because they are what they started off with, well, far below where, you know, as beings, you would have to pass through seams between larger, semi-molten chunks of stone. And so where they were down there, nothing like they are now, and it was only being chased upward that they became what they are. So yeah, existential horrors on their own, them dwarves. My shirt is asymmetrical. It's bothering me. My apologies for not having a symmetrical shirt. So I've been able to sleep, and that's good. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to edit this video, render it, upload it. I'm going to head out for walkies. I have not done anything today because it was, by the time I was fully dressed, it was almost 10:30. And I don't mind. I took it slow today. So thumbs up for that. But I'm going to do that sort of thing. I'm going to hopefully get a solo RPG done. I've been talking to the guy that does the Demons and Dungeoneers game books on Facebook, and I want to do more of those. I got things uploaded, so I can make plans. I can minorly think. But being able to follow through on those plans without any sort of thing to help, like caffeine, is so hard. Now, I don't mean to just whine, moan, and complain, but I'm trying to explain why I've got the issues and the feelings and not being able to do things, so that you don't think I'm just not doing them, but the reasons why. So yay. So yeah, I still got plenty of stuff I want to get done, and now that I'm able to sleep, because I'm going to be taking those caffeine tablets every night, maybe I can push through the executive dysfunction. Thinking, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. But of course, if you are one of my Patreon patrons, thumbs up, thank you, it is appreciated. You take me from being a badly hurting monkey to just a slightly hurting monkey. And being a slightly hurting monkey is so much better than the Christmas monkey I used to be, who was being hosed on the regular. So thank you so very much, it is appreciated. I can't put your names here yet. I can wave my arm around because it's getting better that way, but I can feel it sparkling, and when I hold my arm out to type, I can feel it sparkle bad. So I can't do that yet. But when you look in the mirror, you are looking at someone who is beautiful, both physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Thumbs up and thank you. For everybody that leaves me comments, I can't answer every one of them for reasons that I explained, but I try to push through that as much as I can. And for those of you that I don't answer, I try to at least thumbs up and heart every comment, but the YouTube studio does not show me every comment, even though I tell it to. So I do my best, but each and every one of you, your comments are read and appreciated. Thumbs up, thank you. So I am going to do that. I am going to edit, render, upload, go out for walkies. I'm going to try and record some stuff for later. I'm going to take my caffeine tablet before I go to bed. And then tomorrow, I'm going to try and make some phone calls and get some stuff done. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and frankly, that is a very good thing. And on top of all this, I'm dealing with an old pressure sore. When I was married, I got a pressure sore on the back of my right thigh. And I'm dealing with that right now again. Periodically I have to deal with it because scar tissue. And scar tissue is raised up in such a fashion, it tends to cause another pressure sore. So yay on that. It's fun being organic. You take care. Talk to y'all later.